Up everything. I tried to double it, and I tried to take care of myself better, and that way, because I mean, usually I walk around about 20 pounds over, and I cut that within 2 weeks, and it's hard. But when I knew I was getting this UFC fight, I was 15 pounds over, and I knew I was going to be able to make the weight cut pretty easy.
A lot of people who are going to be looking at you this week, they'll only probably have, your resume to go off of. So when they look at it, they're going to see 5 straight wins and some bunch of finishes on there. What's clicking for you the past few years that's different from earlier in your career when you had a few losses strung together?
I got my weight cut down and my discipline down. I used to cut 20 pounds in 2 days, and that's not a good idea. And I started dieting right. I started actually drinking water. I'm a big sweet tea and Dr. Pepper fan, but I had to stay away from that. And it's really a discipline and a mindset that I had to have, because because that last 5 pounds is never fun, but it's going to be the same no matter what. And I just got to take care of myself and my body. And really, I changed my training up a little bit. I stopped pulling guard and stopped counting on my jiu-jitsu like I was. I got 13 submission wins, but that's the only reason why I got that is because I stopped jumping guard, and I started making people shoot bad shots, and I would get them in the first and second round.
Tell me a little bit about your opponent, what you've seen from him in terms of looking at some of his fights. Obviously, he's unbeaten and he's got a bunch of finishes, but he doesn't have the cage time that you've got over your career. Feel like that makes a difference for you on Saturday?
Oh yeah, he don't have the experience I have, and he's tall and lanky just like I am, and that creates problems for people. And mostly everybody they're just shorter and they're stocky, and they can make the weight cut easier, because the weight cut's not easy for tall guys like me. And I really I see he's fast, he's got good submissions, but he's never been put in trouble like I have. I've been caught in submissions in the 3rd round where I had to dig deep and I had to turn over and I had to do stuff just to get out of it. And I've been punched, I've had my teeth knocked out, I've been bloody nose and bloody eyes and couldn't see, couldn't hear. And I go to my corner in the 3rd round, tired as crap, and they're like, "You're losing this fight, you've got to come back and win it." And I've been able to dig deep and do that. I've never seen, in all his fights and all his opponents, I've never seen them do that to him. And I plan on doing it to him to make this a factor in the fight.
Just a couple of years ago, you were fighting in places like Kokomo, Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
It's not far from where I'm from, so I know the place you're talking about, where that fight was. This is a big step up from that. Did you think, at times like that in your career, that it was this quickly that this would happen for you?
No, I knew that we were going on a 5-fight win streak was good, and then I got beat by a wrestler in Indiana, and then I had to start back all over. And then I started working on my wrestling, went to a wrestling camp and Team Alpha Male and all that. And I just started working really on making people shoot bad shots and making it harder to take me down because of the way I move, my footwork and all that. But yeah.
You were talking about the weight. So now, where are you at weight-wise? And you say you still have to cut a little more and all, but just where's your process there and what's going on with your weight now? And did you ever think of going up in weight?
Yeah, I did go up in weight, and that's where I got 4 of my losses. I'm 1-4 at 170, and I figured out that them bigger guys, they cut 30 pounds, and I ate to get to 170, and it was hard. But ever since I got here, I met the dietitian with Trifecta, and they really, I usually don't eat on the day before weigh-ins, and Wednesday I ate 3 good meals, and today I've ate 2 good meals, and I have a snack later, and I'm drinking tons of water, because water loading is apparently the key. And me and Mark Montoya have been really working on it, and it's going pretty great right now. I got 6 pounds to go, and usually that's where I want to be.
And what's it like too, being in South Florida? This fight is UFC Fight Night on ESPN, and just all the pomp and circumstance that comes with all that.
It's great here. I actually did some altitude training in Colorado with Mark Montoya, and then when I got here, yesterday, I went on a morning run, and I ran for about 45 minutes straight, my usual pace, and I wasn't winning at all. I was like, wow, that stuff actually works. It was actually really enjoyable, from going 6,000 to 8,000 feet above sea level to being on sea level. I didn't really, it was a thing. I just thought the scientists were crazy, but now I know about it, And it's a really big thing to me, because I can go in there for 5 5-minute rounds and kill it. and not be winded at all like I was back in Colorado. After 2 5-minute rounds, I'd be winded and my legs would be weary. But then when I came here, I never had that factor yet.
Did you ever think about coming down here then permanently and training down this way?
Not really. Me and Mark Montoya we click really good in the 3 weeks I've known him. I really respect him, and I can't wait to get back up there and start working with him some more when I don't have a fight coming up, just to work in more arsenals in my game.
You mentioned Sweet Tea and Dr. Pepper earlier as a couple of your vices. You had to pick one of those two. Can't have the other one ever again. Which one are you picking?
Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea?
I'm from Arkansas. That's a southern thing. You can't take. When I go up north, the first thing I ask for is, "Y'all got sweet tea?" They're like, "No." I'll be like, "I'll leave that place right there, and I'll just go to Walmart and make my own gallon of sweet tea." You know, and I mean, and Dr. Pepper's good, but I mean, I can deal without Dr. Pepper. I can't deal without sweet tea.